Hello and welcome back to another video where we cover some useful expressions for you to use in Korean. We hope that your Korean studies are going really well. In this video, we'll be covering a wide range of things and we're confident that you can use them in a lot of different situations. So, let's get into it. These phrases are generally used for comparison. The first one is 더 높은 비율. 더 means more in Korean. 더 높은 비율. An example sentence is 미국은 한국보다 더 높은 비율을 차지했다. Here is the English translation. This same structure can be used for the opposite meaning as well. 제조업은 금융업에 비해 더 낮은 비율을 차지했다. Here is the English translation. The next expressions are 절반 이상 and 절반 이하. These both mean more than half and less than half respectively. 절반 means half. 이상 means something higher than a certain standard and 이하 means something lower than a certain standard. The example sentences are 절반 이상을 차지했다 and 절반 이하를 차지했다. These both respectively mean accounted for more than half and accounted for less than half. In an actual sentence, this can be used in the following way. 한국에 가고 싶어 하는 사람들이 절반 이상을 차지했다. Here is the English translation. The next phrase is 큰 차이를 보이다. This is used to refer to something having a big difference to something else. If we combine the meaning of 크다, 차이, and 보이다 together, we can see how they combine to create this meaning. Again, this is 큰 차이를 보이다. The structure for this is x와 y는 큰 차이를 보였다. We can replace x or y with anything here, and usually the nouns. Let's move on to some conjunctions we can use. These can help things flow smoother both in our writing and our speaking. 반면에, on the other hand. 반면에. 면 generally means side or surface both literally and metaphorically. 반 means opposite, so we can see how this meaning is created. 유사하게. Similarly. 유사하게. This comes from the original form 유사하다. We can add 게 to turn this into an adverb. 하지만, 그러나. But, however. 하지만, 그러나. 그러므로, therefore. 그러므로. This is seen mainly in written contexts. Let's now move on to some useful vocabulary. 증가하다. This means to increase. 증가하다. The example sentence is K-pop에 대한 관심은 증가했다. Here is the English translation. 감소하다. This means to decrease. 감소하다. The example sentence is 종이책에 대한 이용도는 감소했다. Here is the English translation. 급증하다. This means to surge. 급증하다. The example sentence is 한국에 방문하는 여행객의 수는 급증했다. Here is the English translation. 급감하다. This means to plunge. 급감하다. The example sentence is 일본에 방문하는 여행객의 수는 급감했다. Here is the English translation. Let's now move on to our final few sets of expressions. 변함없다 or 변함없이 유지되다. These both can mean to be steady or to remain stable. 변함 means change in Korean, so we can see how 변함없다 has this meaning. 유지되다 means to maintain, so we can see how this phrase has this meaning. The example sentences are K-pop에 대한 인기는 변함없었다. K-pop에 대한 인기는 변함없이 유지됐다. Here is an English translation for both of these sentences. The next phrase is number 배가 되다. This means that something became number times. This could be 2 times, 3 times, and so on. 배 can be used in this way in Korean. We can take this further into another expression. number 배로 증가하다, 감소하다. Could you guess what this means with what we learned so far? It can be used to refer to the increase or decrease of something by a certain number of times. Let's look at an example sentence to help us out. 한국에 방문하는 여행객은 2배가 됐다, 2배로 증가했다. Here is the English translation. We can replace the number before 배. This would mean that, for example, 3배 and 4배 would mean tripled and quadrupled, or threefold, fourfold, respectively. Our final expression is 반으로 줄었다. Again, let's see if you can work this out. We know what 으로 means. 반 means half, and 줄이다 means to decrease. So what could this mean? Fell by half. The example sentence is 일본에 방문하는 한국인의 수는 반으로 줄었다. Here is the English translation. This wraps up this video in our first series on useful Korean expressions. We appreciate that this was a little bit intense, but that's the beauty of studying phrases and expressions. We can just learn so much. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have any video requests for any grammatical points we covered in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. 감사합니다.